By the time you finish watching this video, there will be 1 million new cases, 56,000 deaths of the Covid-19, 1,37,000 recoveries. There are already 3 million cases in the world, 9,19,000 recoveries and 2,11,000 deaths. I don't know where it's gonna end, but hey, what's up YouTube? Rahul here back with an interesting video. In this video, we'll see on how Li-Fi, the light fidelity, can help in the research or also the recovery of coronavirus patient. Without any further ado, let's get started. This is how technology can be helpful in any field. We need the brains of the doctors and hands of the robot to solve the situation. Now, how do we connect that? Is Li-Fi. So this light fidelity, Li-Fi, was first introduced by a German physicist called Harold Haas. This is a revolutionary technology which will help a lot in medical science, because medical science always lagged behind in terms of connectivity and wireless communication. So here what happens is the transmission of any of the information is through the LED bulb, light emitting diode. So all the LED bulbs can be configured to use this Li-Fi technology. Only a small diode is extra installed in that. So this comes under a technology called VLC, that's the visible light communication. Usually we prefer wireless networks over other like cables or anything. Especially in hospitals, you will be seeing a lot of cables running here and there. By the way guys, this video has taken a lot of time in making. If you could just hit that subscribe button, it will make my day. Now getting back to the video. Now the reason why we should depend on wireless networking in hospitals is that devices may cause contamination. Dependence on the wireless internet increases the burden on wireless fidelity, that is the Wi-Fi, which is not so great in nowadays. Even we have Wi-Fi 6, which is also not so great, and it's also very expensive, which in turn creates a lot of huge demand for bandwidth and radio spectrum. To reduce the load of Wi-Fi, the only alternative that we have as wireless transmission is Li-Fi. Guys, I've already told that this medical technology has lagged behind the rest in terms of the wireless communication. Now what happens that I've seen some of the tweets or also some doctors telling that when they use Wi-Fi for infusion pumps or lung ventilators or asthma machine, when they use the magnetic resonance image scanners, I don't know what's that, but I just mentioned that along with the infusion pumps, when they work with Wi-Fi, there will be a lot of frequency overlapping. Now with more and more number of wireless medical devices coming up that uses the same technology, that is Wi-Fi, this overlapping goes on increasing. Whereas if we take the Li-Fi, there will be no overlapping. Now apart from all this frequency overlapping, there is something called as EMI, which will interfere with the patient's diseases, and it will increase the hazard events related to medical equipment operations. Also in the worst case, what happens is it can also lead to a cancer. That is just due to the use of Wi-Fi in the hospitals. Now another thing where Li-Fi can be advantageous is wireless technology with Li-Fi system enables doctor to monitor patients remotely and give them timely health information reminders. Like even if the doctor is away from the patient, he can give all the health informations, and that can be followed by the robots. Now let's talk about the architecture of the Li-Fi, the Li-Fi based healthcare monitoring system, HMS. The purpose system is highly beneficial, but in hospitals, all the existing bulbs are to be replaced by the Li-Fi compatible bulbs, and the wires to transfer data. Also another caveat of this Li-Fi is that the server of the whole system should be inside the building itself. Now let's talk about the prototype model. The prototype model consists of a transmitter, receiver and various other sensors which are developed. Like I'm telling you, the photodiode or also the temperature sensor, glucose sensor, heartbeat sensor, respiration sensor, and with that you need to have a Li-Fi module. Now another application of the Li-Fi in the hospital itself is the emergency alert. Healthcare professionals cannot always be readily available near the patient 24/7. In traditional methods, doctors have to be informed in person in case of any abnormality, or even the worst case, even after the first aid personnel to react with the emergency calls. Therefore, extra efficient high-speed timingly alarm should be given to alert the medical technicians through an effective HMS. This is made feasible via the proposed system. The patient is fitted with the biomedical sensors, which captures the continuous psychological as well as physical changes in real time and convert them into e-data, which can be read by the doctor who is sitting far away from him. The screenshot of such generating alert or the messages can be sent to the doctor directly without even having a person who has to look after that. Now, basically talking about the COVID-19 patients, what happens is not all doctors are brave enough to go near the patients and treat them properly, or also not all nurses are brave enough, because it's the matter of life. Now, what happens if a hospital has live technology is, with the advancements of the robotic surgery and computerized automated treatments play a key role in minimizing patients' trauma and provide better medical outcomes. Li-Fi is a good solution to this necessity. Li-Fi based voice controlled robots have already been introduced in the industry, but not all of them have reached the hospitals. In India, we have almost 138 crore population. That is almost 1.3 billion people in India, and not all of them are doctors. At least not even half of them are doctors in India. So the doctor population in India is very less. Just today we have 3,900 cases and 195 deaths, and that is the daily highest jump so far. Every day we report a new daily high in cases and deaths. The curve is not even flat right now. It's going up and up. And that signifies that we are not at the peak yet. So what we can actually do is implement this Li-Fi technology. I know it's expensive as well as it's not the right time to implement new technology and do it, but it is really worth doing that, because we'll not only be able to save the life of the patient but also the doctors who are into this brave mission. We need the brains of the doctors and hands of the robot to solve the situation. Now, how do we connect the brains of the doctor with the hands of the robot? That is Li-Fi, light fidelity. So that was pretty much everything about all this Li-Fi technology. I really hope you guys liked it. If yes, please hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. With that being said, my name is Rahul and I am signing out. Take care, guys.